Hey folks, how you doing? Papa Joe here. I am going to attempt to do a recording of one of our meals. We don't cook fancy, by no means. We like to think that we cook good food, but all right, tonight, my buddy Kelly, there in Oklahoma, you see him comment once in a while on some of my videos and whatnot. This is a dish him and I have discussed. He makes quite often. I've never made quite this dish. It is a stuffed pork chop. And we've discussed it, and I'm changing it up a little bit for me. And that's the thing about cooking, is just because someone else has a recipe or they cooked it or whatever, I'm a firm believer in tweaking it and making it your own. When he makes this dish, he uses a cream of mushroom with it. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to use a pork gravy. Alright? And he cooks his cream of mushroom with his stuffed pork chops. I don't want to do that either. What I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to butterfly my pork chops. I am going to make some stovetop dressing, which he does also. I'm going to use the pork style. Which I'm going to make the stovetop first, needless to say. Then I will butterfly my pork chops. I will put stuffing inside of those pork chops. More than likely, I will fill in all the gaps and stuff around my pork chops with the stuffing. And then I am hoping, what I'm fearing is, with it being a pork chop and you see all that fat in there, I'm a little bit leery of the fat cooking out and just absorbing into the dressing. So I'm not going to swear yet how this is all going to come together. This is a play-by-ear type scenario, and I'm just going to play by ear. So with that, hopefully I don't wind up hitting the cutoff button on this too many times. Hope I don't hit it at all, and that way the son doesn't have to splice it together later. I've done talked to him, let him know I was making it. He's cooking at the house with his kids. Oh, well, if he can get them away from the cartoons. They was thinking about it earlier. Kids, you know how it is. Let me get on with the cooking part, and let me see what I can put together here for us. All right, see you in a little bit. There, now we're recording. All right, folks. Now, we've already did 3 of them over here. Can you show them this, Mama? And we've already butterflied them. Now, to be honest with you, we did 3 first, so I could practice. It's been a minute. Don't show them old hairy belly. Now then, for those of you that have never done this before, a couple little things that we do. And me and Mama was discussing our meal while this was shut down. I always have this over here by the edge because it's a lot easier to give me room to work. Find your bone. Have that away from you, needless to say. Now for me, it works better for me where I'm going to start over in this area. I have bone here and bone back here. So this gives me, I'm going to try to hit it right in the middle. The sharper the knife, the better. Be careful. Knives ain't very forgiving, children. Don't try this at home. See how she's starting to open up there? And I am pressing down, and I'm feeling my tip of my knife in there touching that bone. So I know I'm cutting far enough back. So now I'm just going to make sure I get it right in this little area. See how I missed that a little bit? This is why you need a good sharp knife. Now, let me just bring it home on this side here. And I'm moving this for me, not for you guys on the video. Sorry. So don't think I'm doing that for you. I'm repositioning it for me. There. Now you see how I hit that? Now that is a butterflied pork chop. There's a little bit of, now the wife and I was talking, me and Grandma, about how we wanted to do this. And this is where I tell you that you have to make a meal your own. And we have decided that we are going to stuff these, bake them halfway or so. We'll take them out of the oven, and we're going to get the grease and stuff off of it. Then we're going to add our gravy over here. And we'll let it finish cooking in the gravy, and hopefully that add a little bit of flavor to it. And I didn't tell you earlier, we're going to do hominy. I don't know if y'all like hominy or not. It has different names. That's the gist of it. So we already made our stuffing over here. So we're letting it sit for a minute. We're going to take a little cigarette break, let it cool off. And then we're going to come back and stuff these. We'll let you see us stuffing them. We'll put them in the bread pan and we'll get them cooking. If you hit that double, go ahead and hit it. Now if you want to hold it by that bottom corner. Alright folks, let's cool it off a little bit here. Now a couple of things, boys. That's our, just the come out of the box and mix it up. One of the things that we do is to us, we can't find pork broth down here. So what we do is we would rather use a chicken broth than no broth. Oh, now this might be a little bit of a trick to get these all in here. And I probably don't want to do that. Hold on, folks. This is raw pork. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take that, set it there. And this way I'm not contaminating my dressing. And no, once again, this is not something that we're doing just because of the filming. Chicken and pork can make you sick if you ain't careful. I don't do sick well. Grandma says I'm a big baby when it comes to being sick. But I don't believe her anyway. Alright. But anyhow, we used chicken broth in here instead of water. They tell you to use water and butter. We use a broth. And they're going to work, Grandma. And I tell you what, there ain't a whole lot of room in there for any gravy and stuff is. Now we also understand that it'll cook down. And we're not going to have as near as much stuffing left as I thought either. This got hot. Or it stayed hot. Let's see. What's that other one look like? I might want to go up with him. Leave me a little bit more room for this one. Now we did 2 boxes of stuffing, and we've used approximately half of it on these 4 big pork chops. Okay, I didn't get him cut quite enough over there evidently. Oh, there's bone there. That's what happened to him. Okay. And that looks like, to me, with your approval, Grandma? That looks like the deal right there. Those 4 fit in there real good. What temperature you think we're going to cook it at?
350.
350? How long? Probably an hour minimum, and probably closer to an hour and a half for this thick a chop, right? All right, folks, are you going to cover it? You think we'll to cover it? Put a drop of water in there and cover it. That's what we're going to do. We're going to put just a little bit of water in there to give it some moisture. Put aluminum foil over the top of it. And we're going to cook it for an hour and come back and check it. we figure we'll wind up having to cook it a little bit more. Alright, we'll see y'all in a little while. Hey folks, we're back already. Look, it's already, oh no, it ain't cooked. Me and Grandma make a pretty good team together. I had forgot to put any seasoning on here. And I done told you she kind of bashful about her being on these videos or even talking. So she waited until we hung up. And then she asked about, what about seasoning? Well, here it is. Black pepper, garlic powder, onion powder. Now, Grandma don't like raw onions. Neither one of us is real crazy about extra heavy garlic. But now she does like cooked onions or a little bit of onion flavoring on here. Doesn't bother her. So, and I don't do the salt, so no, you're not seeing me put salt on here. Once again, that falls back on the, you need to, whoa, what was that, onion? Baby, I bet I get that one. Once again, you need to modify this recipe for you. And, alright, remember these two are heavier than the onion. Alright, there we go. Excuse me. What we've decided, we're going to cover them up, put them in there for an hour. We're going to pull them out, see what kind of juices have cooked off of them, get rid of the grease and whatnot. Hopefully then we'll put the gravy on there and let them finish cooking the last half hour, whatever they need, in the gravy. So there we go. We'll see you in about an hour. Alright folks, we put it in for 45 minutes. It just went off, and that was at 350. And look at all that juice down there in the bottom. Those ain't far, Mama. I think now we're going to drain the juice. And you see how they shrunk up, pulled away from the sides a little bit there. We're going to drain the juice and put some of that gravy on there and stick it back in for, what, another 20 minutes or so? We'll double check them. Alright, there it is. Okay, I tried to do it where I'm not in the shadows. Twist a little bit. Alright. Now if you look close, you can see the dressing in those pork chops coming out. Is this what you was thinking too, Mama? Mm-hmm. It will run off as it warms up. Now we keep some of our cans and stuff, like that hominy can over there. We just had one. I don't have a clue what had been in it, what came in it. But we keep stuff like that to drain like this juice. We do not pour it down any sink. That just ain't good. So Grandma keeps some of them cans around, different bottles, jars. She rinses them out and just holds on to them for times like right now. And Little Joe's trying a new recipe tonight at his house with the grandbabies. I forget what he said. Rubber eggs or Irish eggs, or he's talking about trying both. What do you think? Second jar? I do too. That ain't a whole lot of gravy. Now we had discussed it, and what this boils down to, we're going to have 2 for tonight. Well, I'll have 1, and she'll have 1.5. And if I don't eat her other half, we both will have another one for during the week. This is where I was telling you we'll cook stuff like this, and it's real hard to cook for one person. So she's gonna have her a pork chop, and boy, that's getting up real close to our dressing level. We didn't think it would quite come up to the dressing, but we don't know if our dressing would get soggy or not. She said that when she's done something like this before, it did not really absorb all the gravy and moisture into it that I'm fearing. But now somewhere on our playlist is a pork steak, boudin stuffed pork steak, and you might check it out. I think I have a recording of it. I know I have made it before. Now I have a pork steak roll that I have done that one of my brother-in-laws that does competition cooking, he stole that idea from me, and with my blessing, I'll do 25. And it didn't place in the cook-off, but it was one of the most favorite dishes out there amongst everybody. All right, we're going to let that cook for 25 minutes. In the meantime, we're going to throw us together a salad. We're going to have some hominy with it, and we ain't decided if we're going to have a green bean or not. So we've got dressing over there to go with it, to go with these and the gravy. We have a hominy right there. Cucumbers there for a salad, tomatoes. We even have a little bit of lettuce with it. All right, let us throw together the rest of our meal. We do the same thing every time, make too big a salad. Well, folks, there's our salad. Nothing really fancy to it. Lettuce, cucumber, tomatoes, olives, banana peppers. Mama puts green olives in hers. I don't do green olives. Ain't that ever? Cheese. I think that's about it. Now, I'm probably going to use a cheddar bacon ranch. But, you know, we do ranch in Thousand Allen. We just kind of bounce back and forth. So, we got 12 minutes left on the pork steaks. We're fixing to go start eating on our salad and let that finish cooking. I threw the hominy in for a few minutes, so it's getting microwaved. We're not doing any green beans. Got a little bit of our dressing left there. We're going to go start eating. We'll give you a shot of the other stuff when it comes out. Bye. Oh. Alright folks, you can guess what's going on. When we was in there eating our salad. And do you know why we eat salads? It helps your food digest. In Europe, they eat their salad last. That's looking pretty daggum good to me, Ma. Let me get out of the light a little bit there. What are you thinking? Oh, do I need to pull one out and cut it? Let's go. I'd rather let it rest a few minutes. Alright, we're going to let it rest a few minutes, and we're going to come back and test it out and see what it's looking like. We shall return. Let me grab your fork. Alright, what Grandma was just pouring out, look at how this dressing, y'all seen how I did that dressing. Look how that dressing came out. She's only wanting a half of one. So, we're going to cut this one in half. Hopefully you all have a sharp knife when you go to do this. Otherwise, you're going to squish what dressing is in there out of the back. Now let's eyeball that. Look, good white meat. Pink over there. That's cooked just about as close to perfection as you can get, I would say. So, there's Grandma's cut in half. We'll be back. Alright folks, I'm going to get out of your light here. And there's our supper. Well, that's my plate. Got stuffed pork chops, dressing, little hominy. I still got some salad left. Looks like a good meal to me. Alright, that's it. Y'all remember, God loves you and so do we. Y'all have a safe weekend. Hope you enjoyed this. Let us know if you give it a try. Alright, I'm going to eat. Bye.